A woman had a beautiful dream on an empty stomach. When she woke up, the scene from her dream appeared before her eyes. In the dream, she was holding down a handsome young man, wanting to taste the durian from his mouth. "Let go of me. How dare you, in broad daylight, try to rob me?" The man's voice trembled slightly, with a hint of a sob. "What do you like about me? I can change." Seeing this scene, Zhang Yue instantly sobered up. A flood of memories surged into her mind. It turned out she had transmigrated to a world of beasts where females were dominant. The original owner had impersonated a lost princess of the empire. She enjoyed 2 years of luxury and wealth in the palace. But her real identity was that of a vicious female antagonist, created to contrast with the kind and innocent protagonist. On the day she was about to choose 4 beast husbands from prominent families, the real princess returned to the palace and was reunited with the queen. The imposter was then driven out of the palace, along with the 4 innocent beast husbands, and forced into a life of wandering. The drastic change in living conditions bred immense resentment in the original owner. She took out her anger on the 4 beast husbands, constantly beating and scolding them. This deepened their hatred, and they refused to even look at her, much less let her touch them. So she decided to get a few more beast husbands for her own enjoyment. The gentle Gong Yan became her first target. Thinking of this, Zhang Yue gasped, nervously taking out a handkerchief and handing it to Gong Yan. "You have blood on your face. You should wipe it off quickly." This made Gong Yan even angrier. The usually good-natured man slapped her hand away. "Who are you putting on a show for? Where do you think the blood on my face came from? Don't you know? If this woman hadn't tried to forcefully kiss him, his lips wouldn't be bitten and broken." Zhang Yu lowered her eyes, at a loss for what to do. This wasn't her fault. How could she be blamed for the original owner's misdeeds? "I'm sorry, I didn't mean to force a kiss on you." Gong Yan's lips twitched in anger, his voice filled with frustration. "Does it even matter now that you're explaining this to me?" He pulled up his tattered sleeve, revealing a golden leopard totem on his arm. "The contract has already been bound. My innocence is gone. What good is an apology now? If it weren't for the Empire's strict protection laws for females, he would have transformed into his beast form and beaten Zhang Yue to death." The original owner's 4 beast husbands were in the same predicament. Even if they were filled with hatred, they couldn't voluntarily break the contract and couldn't vent their anger on their female master. Facing this hellish situation, Zhang Yue covered her face and wailed. She was just an ordinary college student who occasionally skipped class and slept in. Why was she sent to this beast world to receive such a cruel punishment? Gong Yan, seeing her crying and howling, his sad expression instantly turned to one of disgust. "I'm the one who's been wronged, and I'm the one who's injured. Why is she acting like she's the one being bullied?" Thinking of this, he tugged at his torn animal skin clothing in frustration. Zhang Yue quickly tore off 2 large tree leaves and placed them on him. "Just wear these for now. You don't want anyone to see you." "I don't need you to tell me what to do," Gong Yan said, with an annoyed look, but his hands honestly took the 2 leaves. Just as he was covering himself up, an angry voice sounded from behind him. "Zhang Yue, I've been looking for you. We're busy trying to increase our fighting power and gather supplies to support you. Can't you just stay home and stop causing trouble?" The man in front of them was Shi Yun, the son of the King's Guard captain. Because he was one of Zhang Yu's beast husbands, he had become an outcast overnight. He despised her. Zhang Yue didn't dare to look him in the eyes. She timidly explained, "I was so bored at home that I just wanted to go out for a stroll. Even though I hate you, there's one thing I have to warn you about," Qian said. "The temperature at night will get colder and colder. You'd better not run around." Hearing this, Zhang Yue couldn't help but wonder if he was concerned about her. But in the next second, she knew she was overthinking. Qian said coldly, "If you die, we'll be forced to die with you. That's the only reason I care about what happens to you. You'd better remember that." He hated her, but he had to ensure her safety. Once a female dies, a male's sacrifice mechanism is automatically triggered, which means the male dies with her. Unless the female voluntarily breaks the contract, this unbalanced relationship will be with them for life. "Let's go, we're going back." He forcefully grabbed Zhang Yue and prepared to leave, but was interrupted by a panicked voice. "Wait, what about me?" Gong Yan quickly followed, pointing at Zhang Yue and accusing her with a look of injustice. "Your female master sullied my innocence 10 minutes ago." Qi Yin followed his finger, and his cold gaze landed on Zhang Yue. "How much trouble have you caused since you snuck out?" Zhang Yue smiled bitterly. Not much trouble, just this one. Are you sure you're not lying? Of course, I can swear on the lives of all my beast husbands. She quickly raised forefingers, her eyes resolute. Seeing this, Chi-yun's face darkened. You truly are vicious. You treat the lives of us 4 beast husbands as if they're nothing. Jiang Yue waved her hands in defense. The 4 of you are the most precious to me. That's why I swore on your lives. Why would I use anyone else's? Chi-yun didn't want to listen to her nonsense anymore. He patted Gongyan's shoulder, his expression turning from anger to sympathy. I'm sorry. I should have come sooner. Did she force you? Gongyan pulled the leaves aside, looking dejected. Yes, she forced me and she marked my wrist with a contract totem. Contract totems only form when a male and female achieve intimacy. The 4 original beast husbands hadn't let Jiang Yue touch them, so they didn't have contract totems yet. Chi-yun looked at the pitiful Gongyan, feeling a sense of shared misery. If you come back with us, you'll be constantly abused and beaten by Jiang Yue, and your life might even be in danger. You should run now. Maybe you'll find a kind female master in the future. The other 4 men were forever out of luck. Even though they hadn't slept with Jiang Yue and didn't have contract totems, their relationship as partners was officially recognized by the empire. Even if they escaped, no female would take in these corrupt beast husbands. Gongyan sighed in despair. But the contract totem on me cannot be removed. I'm already dirty. He continued. If a future female master finds out I've lost my purity, I'll be exiled to the frigid northern lands to freeze to death. It's better to stay with Jiang Yue. At least I can save my life. Chi-yun looked at Gongyan with a deep sense of pity. As long as you don't regret this decision, come back with us. Noticing a new beast man arriving at their home, the beast husbands were curious. Chi-yun patted Gongyan's back and said first, he was forced. He didn't join us voluntarily. At this, everyone's eyes turned to Jiang Yue. She felt flustered and awkwardly changed the subject. Why didn't you accept my friend request before? The beast husbands looked at each other, but said nothing. So she tried to act angry and irritable. I have something very important to announce. This is related to your beast form evolution and improving your fighting power. Seeing that they were still unmoved, Jiang Yue complained to herself. It seemed the original owner had not only ruined their goodwill, but completely lost their trust. She rolled up her sleeves and passionately lectured, trying to brainwash them. You are all famous generals and young masters on the Wuyan continent. Don't you want to improve your fighting power and become excellent beast husbands? Chanli glared at her and then transformed into his beast form. A large black snake appeared in the wooden house. We do want to improve our fighting power, but we're not willing to with a vicious female master like you. Lin Yu, looking like he'd already seen through everything, said, my beast form is just a beginner owl, while Princess Nuoyi's beast husband has already evolved into a phoenix. Even if our talent is high, it's useless with a female master like you. He looked defeated. I've decided to accept my fate and live as a carefree owl for the rest of my life. Jiang Yue's competitive spirit instantly rose. Shut up! Swallow all those negative thoughts back into your stomach! She raised her phone, threatening them. I'm ordering you to accept my friend requests immediately, or I'll report you for not respecting your female master and have you exiled to the frigid northern lands to freeze to death. The men knew Jiang Yue wasn't just warning them. They all sighed and took out their phones to accept her friend requests. All 5 beast husbands were handsome and had great physiques. Wow! Jiang Yue eagerly clicked on their profiles, but her heart sank. The situation was bad. She had no fighting power herself, and the beast husbands' beast forms were low level, their fighting power extremely weak, and they all ignored her. Her chances of survival on this continent were slim. Thinking of this, she forced a beautiful smile. My husbands, you are in your prime. Why is your strength so weak? The 5 men's faces changed instantly. Lin Yu grabbed Jiang Yue by the collar and warned her fiercely. Who gave you permission to say I'm no good? Chi-yun's cat ears quickly perked up, and he stared at Jiang Yue with a dangerous look. Even the usually gentle Gongyan's eyes now held a profound intensity. Saying they were no good was the biggest insult to a male, even worse than mistreatment. Jiang Yue waved her hands and laughed, trying to explain. My husbands, calm down. What I mean is that there are ghosts and demons at night on the Wuyan continent. Can this small wooden house really protect us? And your fighting power is too weak. What if we are targeted by ghosts? How can we escape? Hearing this, the 5 men's faces grew even uglier. Jiang Yue realized she was just making things worse. She quickly added with a laugh, "There are only 6 of us in total, and there are so many ghosts and demons. If we're targeted by them, how can we survive?" Seeing that she finally said something reasonable, Ling Yu let go of her collar, and the coldness on his face quickly disappeared. To protect everyone on the Wuyang continent, the queen has set up a barrier outside every house. Ghosts and demons can't break in and hurt people. Qianli, sitting with his legs crossed, added in a cold voice, "Similarly, if you want to become a ghost meal, feel free to run around outside after sunset." "Oh, I see," Jiang Yue nodded. "As long as I don't leave this wooden house, those ghosts and demons can't attack me." Lin Yu suddenly wrapped his arms around her, glaring at her. "Then why did you go out today? It would be one thing if you were eaten by ghosts, but you would drag us down to be buried with you." Jiang Yue guiltily lowered her head. If the 4 of them hadn't refused to let the original owner touch them, how could she have been so desperate to go out and find a man? Thinking of this, she put her hands on her hips and said confidently, "Is this my fault? In the end, it's because the 4 of you didn't follow the rules and serve me well. You have no fighting power, no high-level beast forms. I'll die with you sooner or later, so I might as well go out and die by myself." Hearing this, Qi Yun's face changed. He quickly transformed into a small white cat and began scratching at the wooden planks in a frenzy. He was the son of the Kalin beast leader, yet he could only show himself in the form of a white cat. He thought he would evolve into a Qilin beast after he was bound to a female master. But ever since he was bound to Jiang Yue, his beast form has not changed, and his fighting power has been stuck at the newborn stage. This was a great humiliation, and now Jiang Yue had just insulted him by saying he was no good, which was like crushing his self-esteem. The crazed white cat roared, its eyes turning crimson with fury. It leapt out of the window. He had only one thought. He would risk half his life today to kill a ghost and bring it back. A man can die fighting ghosts, but he can never be called no good by his small female. Today, he would fight to defend his honor. As the sun began to set in the west, Lin Yu looked at Jiang Yue in a rage. "You stimulate Qi Yun with your vicious words on one hand, and on the other, you refuse to break the contract with us. Aren't you just trying to force him to his death? How can he possibly come back alive if he encounters a ghost in his current state?" The room instantly fell silent. Jiang Yu secretly poked her fingers together. "I was wrong before, but I'll change. I just said the wrong thing because I was so worried." She raised her head, her gaze firm. "I will never abuse you again." The beast husband's eyes widened in disbelief. In the past, whenever Jiang Yue was unhappy, she would beat them with a whip. If they dared to fight back, she would threaten to exile them. Now this vicious female was actually apologizing to them. But in the next second, they saw Jiang Yue pick up a whip again. Qianli sneered and closed his eyes in resignation. "I knew it. A bad person can never become a good person. It looks like she's going to whip us again." His strength was the strongest among the beast husbands. Although the whip wouldn't cause any fundamental damage to him, he would still suffer from lacerations, and the old wounds on his back had not yet healed. Jiang Yue rolled her eyes at Qianli. "Who carries a whip around just to whip people all day? Do you think I have a special hobby?" She then looked at everyone in the room. "Everyone, take your weapons and come with me to find Qi Yun." Qianli's eyes widened, incredulously. "You really want us to go save him?" Jiang Yue asked back. "Do I look like I'm faking it? He's one of my husbands after all. Do you expect me to just stand by and watch him get eaten by ghosts?" Everyone in the room agreed. They couldn't bear to lose their fellow companion, Qi Yun. "Then let's go!" The sun is about to set, and it'll be even more dangerous out there. Gong Yan, protecting Jiang Yue, walked at the back of the group. He leaned close to her and whispered, "Did you really used to mistreat them? They don't seem to have a very good impression of you." "Mistreat them?" "Of course not," Jiang Yue replied. "That's just a little fun between us as a couple. They love to joke around. Don't take it seriously." "Okay, as long as you're not an abuser," Gong Yan said, half believing her. Jiang Yue gave an awkward laugh. "Don't worry, join our family, and I promise you'll be happy. I never hit my husbands." "That's good," Gong Yan thought, secretly pleased. In his mind, Jiang Yue was nothing more than a pervert, and he could only blame his own good looks. The memories of his past life came back to him. Qi Yun had warned him not to follow them home, not because he was afraid of losing Jiang Yue's favor, but because he was a coward. Jiang Yue breathed a sigh of relief. She had finally won Gongyan over. If he had run away, no one would have protected her. The group followed Minju, who was in his dog form, leading the way with his keen sense of smell. They finally stopped at a large tree. Chi-Yun's scent stops here, Minju said. Jong-yu quickly rushed over and craned her neck, looking around. He's not here either. Lin-yu looked up at the tree thoughtfully. Did he turn into his beast form and climb up the tree? Seeing that the sun was about to set, Zhang Yue impatiently urged Lin-yu. Then hurry up and fly up there to check. Lin-yu glared at her in annoyance. I have a brain. I don't need you to tell me what to do. He quickly transformed back into his beast form and flew up the tree, scanning the area. He's not on this tree. Then where is he? Just then a cold voice came from behind them. Are you looking for him? The man, in his attempt to regain his male pride, had challenged a ghost on his own. He was hit by the ghost and reverted to his original form. He was then saved by Princess Nuoyi, who happened to be passing by. Nuoyi gently stroked the proud phoenix beside her and sneered at the white cat huddled on the ground. This is your beast husband, isn't he? If I hadn't saved him, he would have been swallowed by the ghost. An imposter is an imposter. Look at your beast husbands. They've been with you for so long, and they haven't made any progress. Yang Ye retorted without hesitation. Their strength will improve sooner or later, but their good looks are inborn. No matter how hard your beast husband tries, he will never be as handsome as mine. Nu Yi was furious. If it weren't for this imposter, the 4 incredibly handsome beast husbands would have been hers. I'll never forget the day you stole what was mine. Just you wait. One day, I will take back everything that belongs to me. Zhang Yue ignored her and quickly picked up the unconscious Chi-Yun and started walking home. She used her handkerchief to wipe the blood from his face and asked anxiously, "Why isn't he waking up?" Feanli scoffed at her. Do you have any common sense? He's in a coma from being injured by a ghost. He's not just asleep that you can wake him up by shaking him. Minju, the leader, warned them seriously. The blood on his wounds will attract ghosts. We need to hurry. As they were about to quicken their pace, several mutated beasts jumped out from the forest and blocked their way. They all had a contemptuous look on their faces, and their sharp fangs viciously approached the 6 of them. Jiang Yue could clearly feel the chilling aura coming from them. These were the legendary extreme cold ghosts. Minju panicked. If Chi-Yun hadn't been injured, the 5 beast husbands would have stood a chance together. But now, with a useless female master, it would be difficult to break through. He turned to Jiang Yue and shouted, "You take Ti-Yun and go around them. Follow the small path and run home. The rest of us will hold off the ghosts here." Zhang Yue had already looked at the beast husbands' stats on her phone. She knew that if she ran, the remaining 4 would likely be in great danger. She calmly thought for a moment and then had an idea. The extreme cold ghosts only appeared after sunset. Was it because they were afraid of the sun's heat? With that, she made a quick decision. Gongyan, can you use your fire ability? Gongyan nodded repeatedly. Yes, but I can only light a small flame. Jiang Yue placed Chi-Yun under a tree and quickly pushed her way to the other 4 men. She ordered Qianli and Minjue, "You two, quickly break some branches and surround us." The 2 men did as they were told and soon had a circle of branches. Qianli looked at Zhang Yue, feeling a strange curiosity. He had always ignored her orders, even when it meant being whipped. He had always tried to defy her. Why was he so obedient today? As more and more ghosts blocked their way, Zhang Yue immediately had Lin Yu transform back into his beast form. He flapped his wings towards the flame, and the weak sparks were fanned into a large fire, scaring the ghosts away. Jiang Yue and her group escaped unharmed. After they got home, Jiang Yue carefully settled Chi-Yun, and then finally let out a sigh of relief. She looked at Lin Yu. He felt uneasy under her gaze. "What are you looking at me for? Do I have something on my face? Darn it, I must have gotten something on my face while I was fanning the fire." Jiang Yue smiled and waved him over. "Come here, I'll wipe it off for you." Lin Yu was on guard. I knew it, he thought. She has no good intentions. She always bosses us around. Why would she suddenly care about us? Before he could react, he felt a soft touch on his face. Jiang Yu had already used her handkerchief to wipe the dirt from his face. "You have such a handsome face. You should take good care of it." She then propped her chin on her hand and started admiring him. Lin Yu hugged his arms and took a step back, noticing her dazed look. "I don't need you to tell me what to do. I can take care of my own body. If I hadn't thought of using fire to ward them off, we would have been eaten by the ghosts." As the saying goes, A life debt should be repaid by giving yourself to the one who saved you. Lin Yu pulled his jacket tighter, looking defensive. Jiang Yue, you're dreaming. I would rather be made into a sausage than give myself to you. Jiang Yue sighed in disappointment and lay down on the sofa. Never mind. I'm not that into your body anyway. Why don't you make me some dinner as a reward for saving you? She had been busy all day and was starving. Lin Yu glanced at her and then turned to go into the kitchen. Qi Yun had already reverted to his original form, and the bloodstains on him were gone. He was still unconscious. Jiang Yu looked at Minju and asked, "Is he seriously injured?" Minju was slightly stunned. He never expected this cold and indifferent female master to care about her husband's life. Qi Yun is weak to begin with, and he was injured by an extreme cold ghost. The cold has entered his organs. He probably won't wake up for a while. If you want him to recover quickly, you need to find a 10,000-year fire Ganoderma in the forest. It can drive out the cold. Then we'll go look for it first thing tomorrow morning, Jiang Yu said, full of energy. Minju poured a bucket of cold water on her enthusiasm. We are all low-level beasts, and we can't touch such a sacred object. It will harm us. Jiang Yue pointed at herself. Then I'll go get the fire Ganoderma. Minju's eyes widened. His tone was full of suspicion. You're willing to get the fire Ganoderma for Qi Yun? Jiang Yue nodded seriously. Of course. You're all my husbands. As the head of the family, I must protect you. She smiled and swallowed the rest of her words. She knew that her own life would only be safe if she could ensure the safety of the men. She looked at Minju, and through the gap in his shirt buttons, she could see a hint of his abdominal muscles. She couldn't help but swallow. Why did the original owner abuse them? They are also handsome and well-built. Jiang Yue was about to find something to talk about when Lin Yu called out, "Dinner's ready!" She walked to the dining table and looked at the meal in front of her. It was a plate of diced vegetables with a dollop of a black sauce on top. She looked at the other plates and saw that they were all the same. She looked at Lin Yu and asked seriously, "Are you sure this is edible?" Lin Yu sneered. "Isn't this the diet meal you kept asking for? It's one thing for you to torture yourself, but you also force us to eat it. What, you can't eat it today? X? I was running around all day trying to save you. This isn't enough to fill me up," Jiang Yu retorted. Lin Yu replied, "You were running around all day? Chanli and Minju broke the branches. Gong Yan constantly used his fire, and I was the one fanning my wings. You just stood there and bossed us around. How could you be tired?" Qianli also chimed in, "I remember that's what happened. We're the ones who are tired. You just stood there and gave orders. How could you be tired?" The next second, a plate was slammed in front of him. Jiang Yue smiled softly. "I think everyone is too tired to talk. You're the only one who keeps talking. Since you have so much energy, why don't you make a new dish of braised pork ribs? Or else I'll report you for abusing a female." Qianli was fuming. This woman's words were still as vicious as ever. But then he remembered that when they were in danger, Jiang Yue didn't abandon them. He then silently took the plates and went into the kitchen. A short time later, he came out with several plates of fragrant fried pork chops. Jiang Yu gave him a satisfied thumbs up. "Your mouth is a little cheap, but your cooking is not bad." Qianli's face fell. "What kind of praise is that?" "If you're going to compliment me, just shut up." After eating, Jiang Yue looked at everyone in the room. "Who's going to help me wash up tonight?" Minju's eyes flickered, and he politely declined. "I'm busy improving my fighting power recently. I probably don't have time. Why don't you ask them?" Jiang Yue nodded. He's very polite with his refusal. She then looked at Lin Yu. Lin Yu didn't even bother to make an excuse. He sneered, "You'd better know your place. You're no longer a princess. Don't expect me to serve you. I don't have that kind of time." Qianli saw Jiang Yu's gaze fall on him and bit his lip, ready to die. "Even if you whip me to death today, I will not give in to you." Jiang Yue had no choice but to pin her last hope on Gong Yan. But Gong Yan didn't even give her a chance to speak. "I'm going to take care of Qi Yun first. When he's better, I'll have him serve you." With that, he quickly slipped out of the room. When he reached Qi Yun's bedside, he secretly sighed in relief. From his short time with her, he didn't think Jiang Yue was a vicious person, but she was too bossy. Otherwise, she wouldn't have forced herself on him the first time they met. He had just become her husband, and he was already being treated like a servant. He was not willing to do that. If she was only rejected by one person, Jiang Yue could pretend it didn't happen. But since all the men rejected her at the same time, she had to find a weak link to save face in front of the others. Jiang Yue looked at the men. Minju was too steady, Lin Yu was too rebellious, and Gong Yan ran too fast. Finally, she set her sights on Qianli, the one who talked the most. Before he could react, she dragged him into the bathroom. A bewildered Qianli asked, "You're usually so helpless. Where did you get so much strength?" Zhang Yue gave him a sweet smile. "Did you just notice that I've changed? I'm different in many ways. If you don't believe me, you can check later." She then slammed the bathroom door shut and threw Qianli into the bathtub. Qianli sneered. "Don't think you can use the whip to threaten me into submitting to you." Jiang Yue lifted his chin with her hand. "I won't use the whip to threaten you in the future, but if you make me angry, I have many other ways to torture you. Now, quickly clean the bathtub. I want to take a relaxing bath." Chanli's face turned from white to red, but he finally succumbed to his female master's authority. He put on a maid outfit and started cleaning. Jiang Yue felt a moment of pity for him, but it was quickly replaced by lustful thoughts. She swallowed, but then she heard Lin Yu's voice from behind her. "Jiang Yue, what are you doing to Chanli in there? Why is your face so red?" Jiang Yue glared at him. "What are you talking about? I'm just supervising him to make sure he cleans the bathroom properly." Soon, Chanli had cleaned the bathroom from top to bottom. He had washed the bathtub 3 times and then collapsed on the sofa, exhausted. Jiang Yue walked over to him and cleared her throat. She lowered her voice and said, "You must be tired from cleaning the bathroom. Why don't you take a hot bath with me to relax?" Conley instantly jumped to his feet. He tightened his maid outfit and pulled a blanket over himself, wrapping himself up completely. He then gave Jiang Yue a meaningful look and chastised her. "Don't even think about it. I will never give in." Jiang Yue was speechless at his determination to remain pure. "Do you have to be so guarded? It's like I'm trying to take advantage of you." Qianli wrapped another blanket around himself and said righteously, "This is to prevent someone from having a crush on me. When you're out and about, a male has to protect himself." He secretly hoped that Jiang Yue wouldn't become more vicious. As long as she kept her promise and stopped hitting and scolding them, this life wasn't so bad after all. Jiang Yue rolled her eyes at him. "We're already married. Can I escape the first day and hide from the 15th? She nimbly entered the bathroom, humming a song while he bathed. When she finished and returned to the living room, she found that all her beast husbands were gone. She sighed sadly. "Oh, what's the difference between this life and being a widow after losing my husband?" She went back to her master bedroom alone and fell into a deep sleep. The room gradually became quiet. Outside, a figure left a dark corner, a satisfied smile on his lips. It seems Jiang Yu hasn't touched the 5 beast husbands yet. Early the next morning, the group went deep into the forest to search for the fire Ganoderma for Qi Yun. The beast husbands looked at Jiang Yue. "Our beast transformation level is too low to enter the misty forest. You, on the other hand, have a natural healing ability, so the poisonous mist won't affect you. Only you can go in and pick it." Jiang Yue looked at the bottomless, misty forest, gritting her teeth and hardening her heart. To get the 5 men to willingly become her bodyguards, she had to go in no matter what. She tied a hemp rope around her waist and gave the other end to Minju. Then she charged into the misty forest. Just as she felt the poison seeping into her bones, 2 green lights suddenly appeared in her palms, and the symptoms of poisoning disappeared instantly. At the same time, the dark, misty forest was split by the green light, creating a path. Jiang Yue followed the path to the depths, where she saw a large patch of glowing red fire Ganoderma. She didn't hesitate to fill a large bag, and then followed the rope back. Only then did she see many scattered human skeletons around her. Jiang Yu's breath caught in her throat. She cried and ran forward wildly until she crashed into a warm embrace. Minju hugged her and comforted her softly. "It's okay. I'm right here." Qianli picked up a fire Ganoderma and examined it. It really is a treasure. Jiang Yu forgot her fear and asked, "Didn't you say that beastmen would be burned by the fire Ganoderma? You tricked me into going into the misty forest alone to pick it, didn't you?" The men who were in the wrong all fell silent. Seeing Jiang Ye's angry face, Gongyan quickly stepped out to explain. "It was a white lie, but it's true that our low-level beastmen cannot enter the misty forest. Also, the fire Ganoderma cannot be given to Qi Yun directly. You have to eat it first and integrate its spiritual energy to remove the cold from Qi Yun's body." Jiang Yue looked at him with a look of protest. "So no matter who gets injured, I have to be your cauldron?" Lin Yu sneered. "You're thinking too highly of yourself." Minju explained awkwardly. You misunderstood. You just need to eat the medicine and use your healing ability to heal us." Nothing else. Seeing that Jiang Yep was still sulking and not saying anything, Minju smiled and said, "Then let's stew the fire Ganoderma with a hen for Yu to eat." Hearing this, Lin Yu looked at Minju in confusion. "You called her Yu? Brother, since when did you two get so close?" The stewed fire Ganoderma was filled with chicken soup, as delicious as mushrooms from southern Xinjiang. Jiang Yue ate one piece after another and felt her whole body heating up. She quickly went to heal Qiyun. She held his hands, and the two green lights from her palms seeped into his body, gradually dispelling the cold. After the treatment, Qiyun's body temperature returned to normal, but he still lay motionless on the bed. After Jiang Yue left the room, Qiyun's eyelashes fluttered. He had been conscious all along. More than being touched, he felt guilty and remorseful. He shouldn't have been so impulsive and challenged the extreme cold ghosts, causing his female master so much worry. The spiritual energy of the fire Ganoderma had been used up by the healing ability, but Jiang Yue's body was still hot. She washed with cold water 10 times, but it didn't help. She got up weakly and was about to walk into the bathroom again, when she stumbled and fell into Minju's arms. She instinctively wrapped her arms around his waist and touched his abs. Minju felt a million ants crawling in his heart. He then kissed Jiang Yue wildly. After the kiss, Minju proudly raised his wrist and showed her the purple puppy on the web of his hand. "Look, this is my life beast totem. From this moment on, we are officially bound by a contract." Jiang Yue nodded numbly, then struggled to break free from his embrace. "I'm too hot. I need to take a shower." Minju leaned close to her ear and whispered, "If you just want to get rid of the heat, I have a better way." With that, he picked her up in his arms. After their intense lovemaking, Jiang Yu didn't wake up until the next afternoon. "Thank you," she said. Minju held her tightly and smiled meaningfully. "Your physical fitness is a little weak. I can help you train more in the future." Jiang Yue's face turned red. "Boring," she said. Minju gently comforted her. Yu, there's no need to be shy. What happened last night was a natural result of a couple's deep affection. You'll get used to it after we do it more." As the first person to be chosen by his female master, Minju was filled with pride. He pointed to the small puppy on his wrist. "My beast form has evolved, and my fighting power has increased a lot." Jiang Yue was in disbelief. So males evolve their beast forms through intimacy with females? Then the reason why the beast husbands were still at the first level was because the original owner hadn't had a chance to get intimate with them. Jiang Yue took a deep breath and walked out of the room, feeling conflicted about how to face the men. Just then, she heard Ling Yu's mocking voice. "Jiang Yue, you sleep more than a pig. You slept until dinner time." Jiang Yue glared at him, about to retort, when she saw Qiyun looking at her with gratitude. "Thanks to you for healing me. When I woke up this morning, I found that I was fully recovered, and my mental power had risen to 2 stars. Thank you, Jiang Yue." Ling Yu heard this and turned his head in disbelief. "What's with the drastic change in your attitude towards him in just 2 days? When you went to look for him before, didn't you say you'd never care about what happens to him again?" Qiyun retorted, "Can't you see that he has changed for the better? He was even willing to go into the misty forest to pick the fire Ganoderma for me. The facts are right in front of you." Ling Yu hugged his arms. "Whatever." He then turned to Minju. "Do you think Jiang Yue has changed?" Minju glanced at Jiang Yue, who was eating heartily. He nodded. "Yes, I've noticed that his appetite is much bigger than before." He then got up and put a steak on Jiang Yue's plate, his face full of adoration. "You've been working hard lately. Eat more to replenish your energy." Seeing how attentive Minju was, Qiyun wasn't to be outdone. He picked up a braised fish head and said, "Try this. I made it especially for you. How does it taste?" Ling Yu looked at the 2 men fighting for her attention and rolled his eyes. They're supposed to be united and resist Jiang Yue together. When did these 2 become traitors? The other beast husbands were also confused. Just then, there was a knock on the door. It was Nuoyi with Chao. She had just received a secret message from her spy last night and rushed over. Nuoyi glanced at the dining table and sneered. "I can't believe you're eating this kind of unhealthy food every day now." In front of Jiang Yue and her beast husbands, she tried to keep her voice gentle. "Even if you have to live a hard life, you shouldn't make your beast husbands suffer with you. Which one of them isn't from a noble family? I feel bad for them." Jiang Ye looked at the beast husbands behind her. "They are my people. You have no right to feel bad for them. Besides, they love me to death and are willing to follow me no matter what." She then looked at Chao behind Nuoyi. "I think you should worry more about your own beast husband. Don't drag him around after sunset just to come see me. It's dangerous for him. Chao took a step forward and stood in front of Nuoyi. How can your words be so vicious? My Princess Nuoyi came to see you out of kindness, and you're being so rude to her, Zhang Yue scoffed. Who cares? I think the princess is just jealous that I stole the beast husbands who were supposed to be hers. Zhao's eyes turned red. Stop trying to sow discord. My princess has already promised me that she won't find any other men to be her husbands. He then looked at Nuoyi nervously, waiting for a confirmation. Nuoyi's face was awkward, but she still said, Of course not. You're my one and only. I'm not like some people who are not satisfied with having so many husbands and still go out to mess with other men. Zhang Yue put her hands on her hips and said, What's wrong with that? My husband said that 4 men are not enough, so they told me to go out and find another man to make it 5. She then winked at Lin Yu. I'm right, aren't I? Lin Yu took a step forward and stood in front of Zhang Yue. I don't care about him going out to find other men. This was true. He didn't have any feelings for Zhang Yue. Even though they didn't get along, they had to stand together against outsiders who were challenging them. Chao looked at Lin Yu in disbelief. You're from a noble family. Following an insignificant female like him will ruin your future. I remember you used to hate him. Why are you defending him now? Just as Lin Yu was about to reply, Zhang Yu quickly tiptoed and kissed him on the cheek. Who says we don't have a good relationship? We're very close. Nuoyi, seeing this, clenched her fists in anger. Among Zhang Yue's beast husbands, Lin Yu was the one she wanted the most, and now he was being touched by Zhang Yue. She left with Chao in a fit of rage. Lin Yu stood there, dumbfounded. He touched the spot on his cheek where he had been kissed. He didn't feel the disgust he had expected. Instead, he felt a strange warmth. It turned out that he didn't hate her as much as he pretended to. Zhang Yue closed the door and noticed that Lin Yu was still in a daze. She quickly apologized. I didn't mean to. Lin Yu's eyes were dark. It's fine, but what I said to Nuoyi was a lie. I don't like you picking up other men. Gongyan was the first, and he's the last. You're not allowed to pick up any more men in the future. Zhang Yue was stunned. I thought you hated me. Why do you care about my private life? Lin Yu's eyes were fierce. I like peace and quiet. Having too many people at home will annoy me. That night, Lin Yu lay in bed, unable to sleep. He touched his warm wrist, and the blue owl totem with Zhang Yu's face appeared in the darkness. He fell into self-doubt. He had always hated her, so why was he not angry when he saw the contract totem? On the other side, Qi Yun waited for everyone to go to their rooms before he found Zhang Yue. He said seriously, Since you saved my life is yours from now on. My body is also yours. Zhang Yue was stunned for a moment before she smiled and said, We're a family. I would help anyone who gets hurt. It's nothing. Go back and rest. I'm going to sleep now. Wait. Qi Yun grabbed her hand. There's one more important thing I haven't said. Before Zhang Yue could react, Qi Yun's lips were on hers. He didn't let go until a long time later. Zhang Yu's face was flushed. You said there was an important thing, and you were just taking advantage of me. Qi Yun looked wronged. I saw you willingly kiss Lin Yu. Why can he take advantage of you, and I can't? He then raised his arm and looked at the little white cat totem that had appeared on his wrist. Qi Yun looked at Zhang Yue seriously. Does the female master like an obedient kitten? Of course, Zhang Yue said, reaching out to touch his ears. Don't ever take your life for granted again. I'd be sad if something happened to you. Qi Yun's eyes welled up with tears. I promise I won't act impulsively again and worry my female master. Early the next morning, Minju came back with a few men tied up and threw them in front of Zhang Yue. I caught some suspicious people. They were sent by Nuoyi to spy on us. Gongyan couldn't understand. The princess has everything. Why would she do this? Zhang Yue explained to him. The 4 of them were originally Nuoyi's beast husbands, but I stole them from her. Nuoyi pretends not to care, but she's just waiting for a chance to take them back. She looked at the men, but she didn't see Qi Yun. Just as she was about to ask, Qianli said, I've looked around. Qi Yun probably ran away again because of you. Lin Yu came over and looked at Zhang Yue skeptically. Qianli has a point. If you can make him run away once, you can do it again. Zhang Yue quickly retorted, Impossible! We've already made up. We were just kissing in the living room last night. She quickly swallowed the words kissing and looked at the men's scrutinizing eyes. She quickly changed the subject. First, we need to find Qi Yun. She took out her phone, and the screen lit up with 99 plus unread messages. My parents tied me up and took me back to the Qilin tribe. Come to the southwest mountains to save me. Then there was a string of, "Help me." Minjue analyzed the situation seriously for Jiang Yue. The Southwest Mountains are where the Keelan beasts live. It's likely that his parents are trying to force him to break the contract with you. As Jiang Yue was thinking, her phone lit up again. "Your beast husband is in my hands. If you want him to live, come to the Southwest Mountains alone. Otherwise, he will be exiled from the Keelan tribe and die." Everyone fell silent. The Southwest Mountains were not only far away, but also infested with demons all year round, making it extremely dangerous. Minju tentatively asked Jiang Yue, "Are you going to save him?" Before he asked, he already had an answer in his heart. Although the female master had changed a lot, no female would risk her life for a beast husband. To his surprise, Jiang Yue patted her chest and said, "Of course I'm going. I can't just stand by and watch Qiyun die." To win their hearts, she added, "If any of you were to be kidnapped, I wouldn't leave you to die either." Minju nodded. "Then I'll go with you." Gongyan looked worried. "If you go, you might not only fail to save him, but you'll also lose your own lives. It's better not to go." Lin Yu patted his shoulder. "What are you afraid of? We'll all go together." With that, he transformed into his beast form. A golden-winged peacock appeared in front of them. Jiang Yue looked at him in disbelief. "I thought you were an owl." Lin Yu transformed back into his human form and explained patiently, "I've been evolving all night. I'm a phoenix, and I have a high talent. If it were any other beast man, they would have to be more intimate with you to evolve." Qianli was awkwardly standing there. "I'm a black snake, and it takes me longer to crawl on the ground than to walk normally." He looked at Lin Yu hopefully. "Can you give me a ride?" Lin Yu glared at him with a cold face. "Get lost." Qianli then looked at Minju pitifully. Minju avoided his gaze, still refusing politely. In the end, Qianli put all his hope on Gongyan. Gongyan said pitifully, "My body is fragile. It's already tiring enough for me to run by myself. I really can't carry you." Jiang Yue looked at Qianli helplessly. "Why don't you stay and guard the house?" Qianli immediately shook his head. "No way. Snakes are social animals. I'll die if I leave you." "Snakes can burrow into the ground. Why don't you try that?" Qianli's lips twitched. "I'm a snake, not an earthworm." Jiang Yue waved her hand helplessly. "Then you'll have to stay and guard the house." Qianli quickly interrupted her. "Fine, I'll be an earthworm." Minju looked at the sky. "It's still 4 hours until it gets dark. If we hurry, we should be able to get there before dark." Lin Yu quickly transformed into a peacock with golden wings. Minju transformed into a strong wolf dog. Gongyan transformed into a slender and well-proportioned leopard. Qianli reluctantly shrank into a small black snake and slowly burrowed into the ground. Jiang Yue climbed onto Lin Yu's back and found a comfortable position to lie down. She was about to take out her phone to pass the time, but Lin Yu instantly transformed back into his human form. He carefully helped Jiang Yue off his back. "We're here. This is the entrance to the Southwest Mountains." Jiang Yue looked at the strange rock formations around her with a face full of questions. "Didn't you say the Southwest Mountains were far away?" Lin Yu looked smug. "I've awakened the ability to teleport." Jiang Yue's face showed a hint of surprise, but it quickly fell. She hadn't touched Lin Yu, so how could he evolve his beast form and awaken an ability like Minju? Unless he was unfaithful to her. Lin Yu seemed to have read her mind. "You're not secretly thinking that I cheated on you, are you? Remember that night? That one kiss was enough to help my beast form evolve. I'm a phoenix and I have a very high talent. If it were any other beast man, they would have to be more intimate with you." Soon after, Minju arrived first. He saw Lin Yu and Jiang Yue flirting, which made him feel a sense of crisis. He held a bouquet of beautiful campanula flowers and presented it to Jiang Yue. "I picked these on the way. They're for you." Jiang Yue felt that this trip was more like a honeymoon than a rescue mission, but no matter what, they were trying to make her happy, so she would accept it all. "Thank you, Minju. I love them." Lin Yu looked at Minju with a smug expression and gave him a cold look. 3 people were not as harmonious as 2 people alone. Just then, there was a sound from the ground. "Get out of the way! You're stepping on my tail!" The 3 of them instinctively took a step back. A black python emerged from the ground. Qianli transformed into his human form and shook the dirt off himself. "I was suffocating in the ground, so I found a river and swam here. There were 7 or 8 crocodiles chasing me. If I hadn't swum fast enough, I would have died. Only Gongyan arrived late. I got lost on the way. That's why I was delayed." No one took Gongyan's words seriously, except for Minju. He felt a sense of unease. A leopard is best at running and navigating. If even Gong Yan could get lost, something was not right. This man didn't want to be stolen by his roommate, so he ran into the wilderness, planning to survive there and escape his damn perverted roommate. While he was looking for a suitable place to live in a cave, he accidentally slipped and traveled to the eastern beast continent, where he was bound to a long life through procreation system. The more descendants he had, the longer he would live. The greedy snake beast man, looking at Zhao Chenbo's clear and fair face, showed a joyful expression. Why is this female so pure and to my liking? Baihu, I will take good care of you. You can live here well. At this moment, Zhao Chenbo slowly opened his eyes. What came into view were towering trees that reached the sky, huge butterflies flying in the air, and ladybugs that were bigger than people. A dazed Zhao Chenbo was completely confused. What in the world is this place? He didn't have time to be dejected. He had to get out of this forest first. The sparse leaves are to the north, and the dense leaves are to the south. After determining the direction, Zhao Chenbo began to grope his way forward. The forest was eerily quiet, with only the rustling sound of his feet on the fallen leaves. Occasionally, there would be a few roars from unknown beasts. Zhao Chenbo felt like he was about to cry. Suddenly, there was a rustling sound from above his head. He subconsciously looked up and was almost scared out of his wits. A huge snake was coiled on a branch above his head, its long, eerie eyes staring intently at him. Zhao Chenbo's scalp tingled with fear, but his survival instinct made him scramble forward, rolling and crawling. After only a few steps, the giant snake rushed over like lightning and wrapped around his body. This made the naturally timid man faint instantly. Seeing this, the giant snake slowly loosened its coils and instantly transformed into a human. He bent down slightly and approached Zhao Chenbo, a look of satisfaction in his eyes. On the eastern beast continent, females were always a precious existence, and Zhao Chenbo's unique scent made him extremely satisfied. The man held Zhao Chenbo, and a different kind of feeling surged in his heart. Beastmen had a special way of marking the females they had their eyes on. Once the marking was successful, the female would be his. The man looked at Zhao Chenbo, and a strong urge to mark him emerged in his mind. Why is this female so to my liking? He opened his mouth, about to mark Zhao Chenbo. However, at this critical moment, a deafening tiger roar suddenly erupted. He turned his head vigilantly and looked in the direction of the sound. A huge tiger was galloping toward them. Bai, are you here to ruin my fun? The man snorted. He immediately transformed back into the giant snake. The snake's body rose high, and its long tongue flickered, making a hissing sound as if provoking the tiger. The tiger, however, was not moved at all. The giant snake, like a black bolt of lightning, lunged at the tiger. The tiger, Bai, showed amazing agility and easily dodged the fierce attack. Then, using the momentum from his dodge, he leaped back, and with a powerful push, his entire body lunged at the giant snake. His sharp claws instantly extended and clawed fiercely at the snake's body. A few deep scratches appeared on the giant snake's body, and it let out an angry roar. It then looked regretfully at Zhao Chenbo on the ground and left unwillingly. The tiger turned and walked toward the unconscious man on the ground. He then lowered his head and sniffed Zhao Chenbo's scent. A strange light flashed in his deep eyes. In an instant, he transformed into a handsome man over 2 meters tall and walked toward his tribe with Zhao Chenbo in his arms. When Bai returned to the tribe with Zhao Chenbo in his arms, the whole tribe was in an uproar. The people of the tribe surrounded them, their eyes filled with curiosity and surprise as they looked at Bai, the first warrior of their tribe, holding a strange female. Who is this Baizi? Where did you bring him back from? Yeah, Baiji. This female looks pretty good. Bai used his broad chest to block their scrutinizing gazes and walked toward his cave with Zhao Chenbo in his arms. Inside the cave, he gently placed Zhao Chenbo on the soft animal skin bed. Zhao Chenbo's eyes were still tightly closed, and he was unconscious. Bai was a little worried. He turned to a stone table, picked up a fruit, and squeezed it. The juice flowed into Zhao Chenbo's mouth. After feeding him water, he pulled an animal skin over Zhao Chenbo's chest. Bai then transformed back into his tiger form and guarded the unconscious Zhao Chenbo. In his coma, Zhao Chenbo had a nightmare. He dreamed that he was wrapped in the cold scales of the terrifying giant snake, The snake's mouth opened, and it was about to bite him. He suddenly opened his eyes, his forehead covered in cold sweat. Before he could recover from his panic, he felt a pair of furry arms reaching out to him. He instinctively dodged and then saw a giant tiger. Zhao Chenbo screamed. He didn't want to be eaten by a tiger. He pressed himself against the wall, his eyes wide with fear. Seeing how scared Zhao Chenbo was, Bai quickly transformed into his human form and comforted him. "Don't be afraid. I won't hurt you. You're safe now." Zhao Chenbo looked at the man who had transformed from a tiger to a human. His jaw almost dropped in shock. He looked at the man in disbelief and stammered, "Are you a demon? How can you turn from a tiger into a person?" Just then, a mechanical voice sounded in his mind. "Ding! Welcome, host, to the Eastern Beast Continent. Your long life through procreation system has arrived. Do you want to bind to the Eastern Beast Continent system now?" Zhao Chenbo quickly thought. "Long life through procreation system. It must be that the more descendants I have, the longer I will live." With this thought, Zhao Chenbo was very happy and bound the system. "Congratulations, host. You have successfully bound. Detection shows there is a suitable partner. Do you want to bind a partner? Where is the partner?" Zhao Chenbo looked around the cave. The only person there was the 2-meter-tall man in front of him. At this moment, the man saw Zhao Chenbo looking at him and smiled gently. A sense of dread began to creep into Zhao Chenbo's heart. "System, you're not saying that the partner is the person in front of me, are you?" "Yes, host. The tiger beast man in front of you is very powerful and can provide a safe environment for you to give birth." "Wait, what do you mean, provide a safe environment for me to give birth? The person in front of me is a man, and I'm a man too. How can 2 men give birth?" Zhao Chenbo roared in his mind. "Host, this is the Beastman world. Humans who cannot transform are females. Regardless of gender, they can get pregnant." "Stop! Don't say anymore! I want to go home! I want to go home now!" Zhao Chenbo wailed in his mind. "Sorry, host." Zhao Chenbo hugged his head and wailed. Bai was very worried when he saw the weak female in front of him, laughing one moment and crying the next. "Don't be afraid. My name is Bai. I saw you faint in the forest, so I brought you back. Where is your tribe? I can take you back." Zhao Chenbo snapped out of his breakdown and looked at Bai's sincere and gentle eyes. The unease in his heart lessened a little. "I don't have a tribe, and I don't know how I got here. I seem to have amnesia and don't remember many things from before. Can you tell me what this place is?" Bai patiently explained. Zhao Chenbo had a general understanding of the Eastern Beast Continent. It was a world dominated by beastmen. Humans were rare and were called females, and both males and females could get pregnant. After learning all this, he just wanted to go home. "Is your name Bai?" "My name is Zhao Chenbo. Where did you find me? Can you take me there to have a look? Maybe I can find some of my memories there." In a flash, Bai transformed into a majestic tiger. Bai lowered his body and said, "Come on, I'll take you." As soon as Zhao Chenbo was settled, Bai leaped forward like a gust of wind and galloped into the distance. After an unknown amount of time, Bai finally stopped. This was where Bai had found Zhao Chenbo. Zhao Chenbo looked through the grass for a while, and then circled the big trees, but he couldn't find a way back home. Just as he was about to give up, he found his backpack in the grass nearby. With these things, he could probably survive here for a while, but he was still at a loss as to how to get home. Bai comforted him gently. "Bo, don't worry. Since you can't go back for now, you should live here. I will take care of you. When you remember everything, I will take you back to your tribe." Zhao Chenbo looked at Bai's sincere eyes, and a warm feeling surged in his heart. "Thank you, Bai. I just didn't expect to come here, and I'm a little uncomfortable." Bai looked at Zhao Chenbo's pained and strained expression. He thought about how the males in his tribe would comfort females. He then reached out and hugged Zhao Chenbo. Zhao Chenbo was startled by the sudden hug, and his face instantly turned red. After all, he had never had such an intimate gesture with anyone before. He wanted to push Bai away, but the gentle comfort on his back made him a little greedy. Under that comfort, Zhao Chenbo's throat felt sore. The panic and helplessness he had been holding in came rushing out like a flood. He cried in Bai's arms. Hearing Zhao Chenbo's crying, Bai hugged him even tighter. After an unknown amount of time, Zhao Chenbo's crying gradually subsided. He was a little embarrassed and broke free from Bai's arms. His eyes were red from crying, and there were still tears on his face. He didn't dare to look at Bai's eyes. "I'm sorry. I was testing you. I got your clothes wet. It's okay. Crying makes you feel better. Shall we go back now? Zhao Chenbo nodded. Okay. On the way back, the wind whistled past his ears. But Zhao Chenbo's thoughts were still a little scattered. He thought about the scene of him crying in Bai's arms, and he felt a mix of emotions. How did I cry in a man's arms? So embarrassing. At this moment, the system's notification sounded. Congratulations, host. You have successfully bound to the long life through procreation system. Rewarding host with talent. Please choose one of the 2 talents. Talent 1, charm. Talent 2, painless childbirth. This talent cannot be changed once selected. Zhao Chenbo's mouth twitched. What the hell is charm? Do I need it? And can I even use painless childbirth? What kind of system did I bind to? Zhao Chenbo felt like he was about to cry. In the end, he chose painless childbirth. After the selection was completed, the system interface changed. Name, Zhao Chenbo. Lifespan, 268. Health, 100. Physique, 40. Strength, 15. Speed, 15. Defense, 11. Seeing these stats, Zhao Chenbo was furious again. What kind of garbage stats are these? Why do I only have 100 health? Am I that weak? Host, for every child you give birth to, you will be rewarded with 100 points and 100 years of life. Your descendants will also receive corresponding rewards when they give birth. Hearing the system's explanation, Zhao Chenbo was not moved. I think living 68 years is enough. Host, giving birth not only rewards you with lifespan and points, as the number of births increases, you will also be rewarded with more powerful spells. At this, Zhao Chenbo was a little tempted, but he absolutely did not want to give birth to a child himself. Zhao Chenbo decisively closed the system interface. At this time, the people in the tribe had already noticed Bai and were looking in his direction. Zhao Chenbo quickly lowered his body, trying to hide himself in the thick fur. Bai felt the movement on his back. He knew that the female was timid, so he didn't stop and went straight back to the cave with the person. Bai's cave was very big and clean. Zhao Chenbo got off Bai's back and looked around carefully. Bai saw that Zhao Chenbo's face was not good after he returned. He thought that he must be hungry. He walked to a shelf and pulled off a fresh antelope leg. Aren't you hungry? Eat something. Zhao Chenbo looked at the bloody lamb leg. He saw Bai was a little worried, so he said, "You will die if you don't eat." Zhao Chenbo sighed and took out spicy sticks and compressed biscuits from his backpack. Bai's eyes were instantly attracted by the things in his hands, and his eyes were full of curiosity. Zhao Chenbo handed him a spicy stick. "Try it." Bai lowered his head and took a bite. The spicy and strange taste instantly exploded in his mouth. He frowned and swallowed it, thinking that this female was so pitiful to eat such a disgusting thing every day. "I'll go get you some sweet fruits." The cave was very quiet. Zhao Chenbo was a little scared, staying in the cave alone. He walked to the animal skin bed, took off his shoes, and got on the bed. He felt less scared. Soon, Zhao Chenbo fell into a dream. When Bai came back, he saw Zhao Chenbo sleeping soundly. The entire cave seemed to be filled with a different kind of quiet atmosphere because of his sleep. Bai transformed into his beast form and walked in gently, lying down beside him. In the early morning, Zhao Chenbo slowly opened his eyes. He sighed as he looked at the cave. He turned his head and saw the big tiger lying quietly by the bed. For some reason, looking at the big tiger, Zhao Chenbo was not afraid at all and even felt a little safe. Just as Zhao Chenbo was thinking this, the next second, Bai looked at the waking Zhao Chenbo, the corners of his mouth slightly raised, revealing a faint smile. "Did you sleep well last night?" Only then did Zhao Chenbo remember that he had taken over Bai's bed yesterday. Zhao Chenbo's ears turned red, and he nodded. "I slept very well. Thank you, Bai." At this moment, a tiger roar came from outside the cave. It was Bai's teammates calling him. Bai said to Zhao Chenbo, "Bo, you rest here. I'm going out to hunt." Zhao Chenbo nodded and looked at Bai's back as he left. He felt a little empty. He suppressed this strange feeling. After a while, Zhao Chenbo felt the urge to pee. He looked around the cave, but there was no place to go to the toilet. "I'll go outside the cave." As soon as he walked out of the cave, the surrounding beastmen all looked at Zhao Chenbo, their eyes full of curiosity. "Wow, this outsider female looks so good. Yeah, I've never seen such a good-looking one. Look at those eyes. So handsome. This female hasn't been marked yet. I wonder who he will choose in the end. This is the person Bai brought back, so of course he belongs to Bai. At the same time, Zhao Chenbo also looked at the surrounding beastmen. The beastmen here were all in different forms. At this moment, a good-looking female beastman walked toward him. The female beastman stood in front of Zhao Chenbo. Don't look anymore. Don't scare him. The other beastmen listened and gradually dispersed. The female beastman turned to Zhao Chenbo. Hello, my name is Yan. You're from outside, right? Welcome to our tribe. My name is Zhao Chenbo. Thank you for helping me. Then Zhao Chenbo felt the need to pee and said a little awkwardly to Yan, Yan, is there a place to go to the toilet? Just in that forest over there. She pointed to a nearby patch of woods. We usually go there. Zhao Chenbo looked at the forest, hoping he had heard wrong. He had no choice but to brace himself and walk into the woods. As soon as he entered, he saw a tiger beastman relieving himself as if no one else was there. The beastman sensed a gaze on him, turned his head, and looked at Zhao Chenbo. Their eyes met, and then the beastman transformed into a mighty man. The man's face turned red, and he ran away, disappearing in a flash. Zhao Chenbo stood there, looking at the natural restroom environment, and shook his head. He found a relatively hidden spot and quickly took care of his business. When he came back, Yan was still waiting for him. She looked at Zhao Chenbo, who was so small, and instinctively wanted to take care of him. After Zhao Chenbo returned, he said, Yan, can we build a house specifically for people to go to the toilet? It's too inconvenient to do it in the open. Yan's eyes lit up. She remembered how awkward it was to run into other beastmen when she went to the toilet. What does a house specifically for going to the toilet look like? Zhao Chenbo drew a simple model on the ground. The outside of the house would be square with a roof. Inside, a deep pit would be dug, and a large stone slab would be laid on top. Yan listened carefully. I think I get it. Wait for me. I'll go get some people. Zhao Chenbo watched Yan's agile back, feeling envious. Soon, Yan came back with a few beastmen. When those beastmen saw Zhao Chenbo, their faces turned red. Zhao Chenbo looked at them, and they quickly looked away, pretending nothing was wrong, but their red faces betrayed them. Zhao Chenbo smiled softly, thinking that these beastmen were quite innocent. Quote, Bo, I've called people. Let's start. Zhao Chenbo pointed to the forest behind him. Let's build the toilet there. It's relatively hidden and not far from the tribe, so it's convenient for everyone to go. He found a flat, empty space and stopped. First, we need to dig a very deep pit. Zhao Chenbo bent down, picked up a few flat stones, and started digging. Yan looked at him in confusion. Bo, what are you doing? Digging a pit. As soon as he finished speaking, a beastman next to him closed his eyes slightly and muttered something like a mysterious spell. In an instant, a strong wind blew, making Zhao Chenbo stumble. When the wind disappeared, Zhao Chenbo looked closely and saw a large pit in front of him, exactly as he had described. Zhao Chenbo was surprised. Beastmen have this skill? It looks like we can build the toilet today. Did you do this? Yes. My talent is to manipulate earth. I can create any kind of pit you want. Your talent is amazing. Can you build the walls of the house directly, in the same shape as the one I drew? I can. That's not difficult. With that, he started chanting the spell again. Zhao Chenbo watched intently. After a while, the prototype of a house was built. Zhao Chenbo was very excited. With this skill, what kind of house can't be built? After the excitement, Zhao Chenbo felt a little confused. You have such a powerful skill. Why didn't you think of building a house for yourselves? Yan scratched his head and smiled. We used to live in caves. After you said that, we realized that we could do this. Zhao Chenbo nodded when he heard Yan's words. Then he said, we also need to find a lot of stone slabs to lay on top. As soon as he finished speaking, a beastman volunteered. I'll go! With that, he ran off. Soon, he came back with many large stone slabs on his back. Those slabs looked heavy on his back. At this moment, Zhao Chenbo deeply understood how weak he was compared to the beastmen. Under Zhao Chenbo's guidance, a toilet was quickly built. The news of this quickly spread throughout the tribe. Everyone came to see the new and exciting house. Zhao Chenbo explained the purpose of the house to them. It's great to have a house like this, a beastman said. But we also have to divide it. This side is for female beastmen, and that side is for male beastmen. Yan nodded. Then he remembered something. We also have to leave a house specifically for females, another beastman said. Females are also divided into male females and female females. They should also use separate toilets. Everyone thought this made sense, so they began to discuss building another toilet. Zhao Chenbo didn't participate in their discussion. He sat on a rock, lost in thought. He wondered if his parents would be worried about him suddenly disappearing. He then thought that his parents were divorced and had new families, so they probably wouldn't miss him too much. After a while, Zhao Chenbo got up, ready to leave. He looked at the path ahead, not knowing where to go. Then he thought of the gentle Bai and walked toward Bai's cave. Bai had not yet returned from hunting, so he simply tidied up the cave. Since he was using Bai's cave, he felt he should do something. He took the meat from the shelf, washed it in the stream, and then threaded it onto skewers. At this moment, a few beastmen walked by and saw the scene at the stream. They were instantly attracted to Zhao Chenbo. Their eyes were full of amazement, and their hearts were beating like a little deer. Look, this female's like a spirit from the forest. His skin is glowing white. I've never seen such a good-looking female in my life. It would be great if I could pursue him. It would be a pleasure to look at him every day. Zhao Chenbo didn't pay attention to their stares. He was busy skewering the meat. Yan, who had just finished the house construction, saw Zhao Chenbo at the stream and walked over to him. "What are you doing?" Zhao Chenbo looked up and smiled. "I'm going to roast meat for dinner, so I'm preparing it now." "Why are you cutting the meat like this?" "Cutting it into small pieces makes it cook faster and absorb the seasoning better." Yan didn't quite understand. "What is roasting? Do you eat it directly?" Zhao Chenbo explained patiently. "You light a fire, put the meat on the fire to roast, and then sprinkle seasoning on it. It's delicious." Yan was shocked. "You can't use fire. Fire can burn down the forest." "Yan, don't worry. As long as we control it and don't let the fire spread, it will be fine. Besides, roasted food is much more delicious than raw food. Do you want to try it?" Yan still shook his head. "The shaman doesn't allow us to use fire without permission." "You're not allowed to use fire?" Zhao Chenbo was surprised to hear this. He looked at the prepared meat with disappointment. "Do I have to eat raw meat from now on?" He really couldn't eat it. Seeing Zhao Chenbo's low spirits, Yan said, "Bo, if you want to use fire, you can ask Bai to ask the shaman for a fire seed. Bai is the first warrior of our tribe, and the shaman should give it to him." Hearing this, Zhao Chenbo thought about it. He and Bai didn't have any clear relationship, so it wouldn't be good to keep bothering Bai. "Bo, are you still going to prepare this meat? Even without fire, it's easier to eat if it's prepared." "Bo, I'll help you prepare the meat." Yan helped Zhao Chenbo carry the meat back to the cave. As he was leaving, Zhao Chenbo wanted to give him a skewer of meat as a thank you gift, but then he remembered that the meat was Bai's, not his. He put down the skewer and took out 2 candies from his pocket. "Yan, these are candies. They're sweet. Thank you for helping me today." Yan took the candy and licked it lightly. The next second, her eyes lit up. She bit into the candy, his ears twitching and his tail wagging. "Delicious! Delicious! I'm glad you like it. Here's another one for you." "Thank you, Bo." Yan took the candy and left, skipping happily. Alone in the cave, Zhao Chenbo felt a sense of emptiness. He sat on a stone stool, lost in thought, thinking that he was always alone no matter where he was. Zhao Chenbo's heart felt sore, and tears streamed down his face. No matter where he was, he had to live well. Time slowly passed. The setting sun's afterglow began to spill into the cave, coloring it a warm orange red. Zhao Chenbo got up and walked to the cave entrance, looking out. The familiar figure had not appeared. Zhao Chenbo decided to go for a walk. He hadn't gone far when a series of loud noises broke the tranquility. 6 majestic tigers were galloping from the depths of the forest. The momentum seemed to shake the mountains and forests. Each of the 6 tigers exuded a sense of wildness and power, and they all carried large prey in their mouths. Zhao Chenbo looked at the group of tigers, but he didn't see the familiar figure. He stepped aside to make way for the tigers. The leading tiger saw Zhao Chenbo, and a hint of surprise flashed in his eyes. "When did our tribe get such a good-looking female? And his scent is so unique and pleasant." With that, the tiger dropped his prey on the ground and walked slowly towards Zhao Chenbo. Zhao Chenbo felt a little scared when the tiger came straight for him. He instinctively took a few steps back, but the tiger didn't seem to have any intention of leaving. A light flashed, and the tiger transformed into a strong man. The man's gaze was fixed on Zhao Chenbo. "You're the female Bai brought back yesterday, right?" He then leaned closer to Zhao Chenbo, carefully checking his neck. He saw no mark, and the corners of his mouth turned up slightly. "Since Bai hasn't marked this female, then this female is mine. Zhao Chenbo looked at the man in front of him, whose eyes were filled with aggression. He felt a sense of unease. He frowned and didn't reply, but looked at the other party with caution. The man ignored Zhao Chenbo's wariness, stepped forward, and picked him up with a domineering and forceful motion. Zhao Chenbo was shocked, his face flushing red. He struggled and yelled, "What are you doing? Put me down." The man had no intention of letting go. In fact, he held him tighter. He looked at Zhao Chenbo's panicked and angry expression and smiled. "I've taken a liking to you. I want you to be my partner. I'm taking you back to my cave now to mark you and make you have my scent." Zhao Chenbo's heart began to beat with fear. "Put me down! I was brought back by Bai. You can't do this to me." Bai didn't mark you, which means he didn't take a liking to you. In our tribe, we're all eligible to pursue an unmarked female. Zhao Chenbo struggled desperately, but his strength was not enough to break free. At this time, the 5 companions behind the man also transformed into human form. They looked at the scene in front of them, their faces all smiling. "Boss, congratulations on finding a partner you like. This female is really good looking." Zhao Chenbo felt a wave of despair wash over him as he listened to their words. A look of determination flashed in his eyes. He reached for the multifunction knife on his body and thrust it at the man. However, the man reacted quickly and immediately caught Zhao Chenbo's wrist. A hint of anger flashed in his eyes. "You want to hurt me?" With that, the man tightened his grip on Zhao Chenbo's hand. The intense pain in his wrist instantly came, as if it was about to be broken. Tears welled up in his eyes from the pain. Just then, a clear voice sounded. "Zhuang, let Bo go. He doesn't want to be your partner. Let him go." Yan quickly ran over and glared angrily at Zhuang. "He doesn't want to now because I haven't marked him yet. After we spend one night together, this female will be inseparable from me," Yan said anxiously. "Zhuang, I challenge you. Let Zhao Chenbo go." Zhuang laughed loudly. "Yan, you're a female, and you want to challenge me?" Yan didn't back down. "Yes, I challenge you." A member behind Zhuang stepped out. "Yan, I'll fight you. With your little ability, you still want to challenge our boss?" With that, he transformed into a big tiger. Yan also transformed into a tiger. His body was a size smaller than the other tiger. The 2 tigers instantly started fighting. In a moment, Yan was hit in a vital spot and fell heavily to the ground, kicking up a cloud of dust. "With just that little bit of skill, you dare to stand up for him?" Zhao Chenbo looked at Yan lying on the ground and shouted worriedly. "Yan, are you okay?" Yan transformed into his human form and crawled up from the ground. He wiped the blood from the corner of his mouth. "Bo, I'm fine. I'm sorry. I'm not their match, and I can't save you." Zhuang looked at the scene. "Yan, don't bother. I'm gonna have this female today. You should go back obediently." Quote, "Zhuang, aren't you afraid of Bai when he comes back?" "As long as I mark him, he'll be my partner. Even Bai can't say anything." Zhao Chenbo struggled desperately. "What you're doing is wrong. Partners should be willing. I don't like you and you can't force me. If you keep struggling, I'll mark you right here and make you mine completely. Then you won't have a say in it." Zhao Chenbo's body instantly stiffened, and he didn't dare to move. Just then, a deep and intimidating tiger roar came from the depths of the forest, shaking the leaves on the trees. "It's Bai!" Zhao Chenbo's heart was filled with joy. Behind Bai, there were 5 equally majestic tigers. Bai keenly smelled Zhao Chenbo's scent. He saw Zhao Chenbo in Zhuang's arms, and a cold light flashed in his deep eyes. He walked towards Zhuang with a sense of oppression. "Zhuang, what is the meaning of you holding my person? Is this your person? He hasn't been marked by you yet, so how is he yours? Now that I've taken a liking to him, I naturally want him to follow me." Bai frowned slightly, but his face remained calm. "He doesn't like you. I advise you to let him go voluntarily," Zhuang scoffed. "What's the point of talking so much? If you have the guts, let's compete. Whoever wins gets this female. In that case, I will grant your wish." Bai transformed into a tiger and walked to an open space. Zhuang also transformed into a tiger and followed him. The 2 majestic tigers stood facing each other. The air seemed to be filled with tension. Zhuang couldn't hold back and launched the first attack. Several sharp blades flew toward Bai. Bai's eyes narrowed, but he was not flustered. With his agile body, he easily dodged them. He then seized the opportunity and pounced on Zhuang, engaging in close combat. In an instant, their claws were flying and their roars shook the heavens. The dust flew everywhere. In the fierce fight, Zhuang gradually showed signs of fatigue, while Bai was still steady. Finally, Bai caught a weakness in Zhuang's defense, and with a swift, and precise pounce, pinned Zhuang to the ground. Zhuang no longer had the strength to resist and transformed back into his human form. Bai looked at Zhuang, who was lying on the ground panting. "You lost. He is not yours. From now on, don't have any improper thoughts about him. If you do it again, I will not be lenient." Bai turned and walked toward Zhao Chenbo, his eyes instantly becoming soft. "Don't be afraid. I'm here. I won't let anyone bully you." Zhao Chenbo looked at Bai, his heart filled with complex emotions. His eyes were a little red. "Bai, I don't know how to thank you." Bai shook his head slightly, showing a comforting smile. The smile had a power that could put people at ease. "It's my pleasure. Don't worry about it too much." Bai's teammates all gathered around, their eyes full of curiosity as they looked at Zhao Chenbo. One of them teased, "Bai, is this the female you picked up yesterday? He's so good looking." Another teammate joined in. "Boss, if you like him, why don't you mark him directly? What if someone else marks him one day?" Bai pushed the teammates away. "That's enough. Stop talking nonsense. Go do what you're supposed to be doing." The teammates laughed and dispersed. Yan also walked over. "I'm relieved to see that you're okay." Zhao Chenbo thanked him. "Yan, are you hurt? Thank you for earlier." "You're welcome. In that situation, how could I just stand by and watch?" Yan's gaze then turned to Bai, his eyes filled with complex emotions. "Bai, I know you like Bo. I sincerely wish you two the best." Zhao Chenbo was surprised to hear Yan's words and quickly explained, "Yan, you misunderstood. There's nothing going on between Bai and me." Yan smiled and turned to leave. Zhao Chenbo felt helpless. Why won't Yan listen to my explanation? "Bo, let's go back." Zhao Chenbo nodded. He didn't say a word on the way back, just walked silently because he didn't know how to get along with Bai. Were they friends, partners, or family? It seemed none of them were a fit right now. Bai also didn't say anything, his eyes sinking. He felt it was his fault for not protecting Bo well enough. Before long, the two returned to the cave. As soon as Bai entered, he saw the prepared meat on the stone table, stacked neatly. Bai was surprised. "Bo, did you do this?" Zhao Chenbo opened his mouth, wanting to say that he had prepared it for roasting, but then he remembered that the tribe didn't allow fire. He didn't want to bother Bai, so he just nodded slightly. Bai looked at Zhao Chenbo and probably guessed what he was thinking. He had seen females in other tribes cut meat into small pieces and roast it. He thought Bo must be the same. Bai said to Zhao Chenbo, "Wait for me." With that, he turned to leave. Just then, a beastman came over with 2 sheep on his shoulder. "Boss, the meat is divided. This is yours." Bai nodded. The teammate put down the meat, looked at Zhao Chenbo, and Bai's gaze came over like a laser. The beastman immediately ran away. "The boss is so scary." Bai seemed to remember something. He carried one of the sheep and walked out of the cave. At the shaman's residence, the shaman looked up when he saw Bai. "Bai, what do you need?" Bai put down the meat. "Shaman, I want to borrow a fire seed." The shaman's eyes flashed with curiosity. "I heard you brought back a female. Are you borrowing the fire seed for him?" Bai nodded. The shaman thought for a moment. "The female you brought back, is his name Bo? He helped the people in the tribe build a toilet today. He's a very interesting female. I agree to lend you the fire seed. Thank you, shaman." The shaman gathered a ball of flame. "You must be careful with this fire, otherwise you'll burn down the forest." "Don't worry, we'll be careful." The shaman flicked his hand, and the fire seed condensed into a ball. Bai reached out and took it. "I also need some medicine. Bo's wrist is a little hurt." The shaman smiled. "You're very thoughtful. Fine, take it." With that, he took some herbs from a shelf and handed them to Bai. Bai took them and thanked him before leaving. Back in the cave, the two began to roast the prepared meat skewers. Zhao Chenbo picked up a skewer and handed it to Bai. "Bai, try it. How does it taste?" Bai took the skewer and took a bite. The freshness of the meat and the aroma of the seasoning instantly spread in his mouth. "Bo, the taste is very unique. I've never had this taste before. It's very good. I like it a lot." Zhao Chenbo smiled widely. "I'm glad you like it." With the two of them getting along so well, they finished their cozy dinner and decided to rest. Zhao Chenbo lay on the bed, thinking about the events of the day, especially the moment he was almost marked. He couldn't help but wonder if Bai also wanted to mark him. With this thought, Zhao Chenbo shook his head. If Bai had wanted to mark him, he would have done it a long time ago. Was it possible that Bai really didn't have a liking for him? With this thought, Zhao Chenbo felt a little disappointed. Bai seemed to have noticed Zhao Chenbo's unease. he whispered softly to Zhao Chenbo. Bo, don't think too much. Just live well here. When you remember how to get home, I'll take you back. With that, Bai transformed into a tiger and guarded Zhao Chenbo. Lying on the bed, Zhao Chenbo couldn't help but think that most of the beings in this world were beastmen. Their physical qualities, strength, speed, and even lifespan were more than 10 times that of humans. Without a protector, he couldn't survive here alone. But what was his relationship with Bai? Could he keep accepting Bai's care with a clear conscience? Zhao Chenbo also thought that if he really had to be marked by a beastman, maybe Bai wasn't a bad choice. Slowly, he fell asleep in this struggle of emotions with a man. The next morning, when he opened his eyes, Bai had already gone hunting. He decided to leave the cave and try to actively understand the tribe. As soon as he walked out of the cave, Zhao Chenbo saw a tiger running toward him. It was Yan. She ran and transformed into her human form, smiling brightly and warmly. Good morning. Zhao Chenbo looked at Yan's agile figure. Yan, are your injuries healed? Yan waved her hand dismissively. Our healing ability is very strong. My injuries were already healed last night. Bo, do you have anything to do today? Do you want to go foraging with me? Zhao Chenbo thought for a moment and decided this was a good opportunity to learn about the tribe. He nodded and agreed. Soon, they arrived at the gathering place for the foraging team. Including Zhao Chenbo's group, there were a total of 8 people. Zhao Chenbo also saw a human male and a human female in the team, and the rest were beastmen. Everyone immediately gathered around Zhao Chenbo, their eyes full of curiosity. You're the female Bai brought back, right? Wow, you're really good looking. Yeah, you must be the best looking female in our tribe. Zhao Chenbo felt a little embarrassed by the compliments. You're all good looking too. Everyone has their own kind of beauty. After a lively greeting, everyone prepared to go foraging. Zhao Chenbo walked and asked Yan, what kind of tribe are we? We're the fire tribe. There are more than 30 beastmen in the tribe. Although we're not many, we have a clear division of labor. We have a foraging team, which is responsible for finding fruits, and a hunting team, which is made up of powerful beastmen like Bai who go out hunting. We also have a guard team, which is responsible for the safety of the tribe. Zhao Chenbo listened with great interest. Then Yan began to pick fruits from the trees. There were many fruits on the tree, and Yan couldn't carry that many at once. She said, it's a shame. We can't carry that much at once. We'll have to make several trips. Zhao Chenbo heard Yan's words and realized that the foraging team didn't have any suitable containers for the fruits. Doesn't the tribe have containers for fruits? What are fruit containers? Yan's face was full of questions. Zhao Chenbo saw Yan's expression and explained, they're like baskets. Like this, Zhao Chenbo gestured. We can put the fruits in a basket so we can carry a lot at once. Yan was still confused. What is this basket? Zhao Chenbo thought for a moment. He saw some vines on the side of the road, walked over, picked them up, and began to weave them. We can weave these vines together to make something like a handbag to hold the fruits. Zhao Chenbo's craftsmanship wasn't very good. The shape of what he made was crooked, but the general idea was clear. Yan watched, her eyes lighting up. She praised him. Bo, you're so smart. How did you come up with this idea? With that, Yan couldn't wait to learn. She started to play with the vines like Zhao Chenbo. She was a natural with her hands and soon wove a vine handbag. She excitedly put the fruits from the ground inside, lifted it up, and shook it. She said with a joyful face, this is so convenient. I can carry a lot of fruits at once. The other members of the foraging team saw the commotion and came over curiously. What is that? It looks so amazing, Yan said. This is an idea Bo came up with. It's a handbag woven from vines. It's so useful. It can hold a lot of fruits, and it's much more convenient than carrying them in our clothes. Everyone's interest was piqued. They all gathered around Zhao Chenbo and started talking. Bo, how did you come up with this idea? Can you teach us how to weave them? Zhao Chenbo taught the foraging team how to do it. The beastmen of the foraging team all started to think. A beastman asked, what if we use other harder branches instead of vines? Zhao Chenbo nodded. You can. In fact, besides handbags, we can also make baskets and nets. The beastmen asked curiously. How do you make them? Zhao Chenbo told them what he knew. I only know the general idea though. We'll have to try to figure out the specific weaving methods. A beastman was eager to try. I'll go try to weave one. It looks fun. In an instant, the atmosphere of the entire foraging team became very lively. However, in this peaceful and happy atmosphere, 2 figures stood not far away, with a different kind of emotion in their eyes. One was a human male named Zhu, and the other was a female beastman named Feng. They looked at Zhao Chenbo, who was being embraced by everyone and felt very jealous. Ju bit his lower lip, his heart filled with unwillingness. He had always secretly liked Zhuang from the tribe, but yesterday, Zhuang seemed to have taken a liking to this new female and even wanted to mark him. This was like a thorn in Ju's heart, making him feel extremely uncomfortable. Female beastman Feng had always admired Bai. In her heart, Bai was the most dazzling existence and the person she had always wanted to be close to. But now, Bai had brought Zhao Chenbo back to his cave and announced that Zhao Chenbo was his person, telling the other beastmen not to have any ideas about him. This made Feng's heart explode with anger, and she was very jealous of Zhao Chenbo. Ju and Feng accidentally made eye contact. In that instant, they seemed to have a telepathic connection. They both understood the hidden thoughts in each other's eyes. The two of them silently walked to the side, avoiding the crowd, and stood in the shadow of a large tree. Feng snorted coldly, pouting. HMPH, look at that female. He just came up with a way to weave a vine handbag. What's so great about that? Look at how everyone is fawning over him. Ju also echoed her with a look of disdain. I know. I don't know what Bai sees in him that makes him treat him so well. I also heard that Zhuang took a liking to him yesterday. He's only been here for a short time, and he's already got everyone wrapped around his finger. Feng's face was very ugly. HMPH, when Bai gets tired of him, we'll drive him out of the tribe. Feng lowered her voice. How about we trick him into going outside the foraging area? He's new here and doesn't know the area, so he won't suspect anything. A sinister look flashed across Ju's face. He agreed. Good. Let the wild beasts eat him. Let's see how he can steal our thunder then.